the Meteor Dragoon here, and the reason why I'm doing this video in a slightly darker environment right now is like a reference to the game I'm actually going to be reviewing, called The Darkness 2. And no, I'm not referring to that glam rock band that is known by the same name as the game franchise. Yeah, and I know that The Darkness 2 has been out for a little bit, but I felt like reviewing it. Alright, The Darkness 2, if you have played the first Darkness game, you already know who you play as. Jackie. Yeah, that's his name. Right. And you already know, well, Jackie is back, along with the Darkness, and all the characters that his crew had in the last game, including like Johnny Powell, Vinny, all the usuals. And that, okay, here's some of the pros of the game. The Darkness executions for the Darkness, fun. Funny just to watch some of them happen. Yeah, some of them are just as gruesome as you'd expect. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it's based off of a comic franchise called The Darkness, and which helps with its stylized visuals, making it look like the comic. It's coming straight from the comics. The way it actually helps with all of it, just the weapons selection for it. For if you have a group of people to play the game with that also know what the hell they're doing, that will be extremely useful. Let's see. That is just the sheer amount of tricks you are able to do. And also the fact that it feels like it has RPG elements to the game. And now for some of the downsides. One, it is short. From what I've heard, the Darkness 1 was also short, but you can I actually play games that you have to sit down and play for a few days. For example, Legend of Zelda, the older Legend of Zelda games, the earlier Final Fantasies, a lot of the older games. And then there's the problem with some of, and then there's the fact that there are some enemies that just seem to play cheap. But that the AI ain't a bad thing. It's just that it's like they rely on like two moves back to, or one move back to back to back, which can be a pain in the ass. But even though they have quite a few moves. Let's see. One other problem with the major con is the fact that if you fail at one point, yeah, you always hear the darkness insult you, but it doesn't give you a game over scene at the screen if you lose. It's just like, you must protect the darkness, Jackie. That's my impression of the darkness, okay? It's like, you should just put game over. That way it proves that you failed. But that's, like I said, that's probably one of a few of the problems I've had with the game, the cons with the game. And if you understand, you understand. If you don't, you don't. Let's see. Like I said, those are the pros and cons. Oh, and I forgot one major pro, yet it's also a con. You have to play in the. You have to. Your character has to be in the dark. Only to the fact that it gives him all the power. His powers. Yet, the moment you step in the light, you can't. You can barely see. You can sometimes barely see anything. Am I saying that's a bad thing? That's up to you. But I'm not condemning it for the faults. I never condemn a game unless it actually has good reason to. In fact, I'm going to say a game I condemn to death. If it was alive, I would say, everybody kill that piece of shit. And that game is E.T. And everybody says, oh, Duke Nukem Forever sucks. Duke Nukem Forever didn't crash the video game industry in the 80s. E.T. and the Atari version, or is it the game, the Commodore version, well, who fucking cares, of Pac-Man. That's right. Those two games crashed the video game market in the 80s. And if it wasn't for Nintendo, it would have been revived. And one thing I loved about, oh yeah, I forgot, I'm getting off topic. Okay, back on to, another pro is the quad wielding. Some people could say it's also a bad thing, but I say it's more of a good thing. Oh, you could have two pistols and the two tentacles. Or you could have a pistol and or a machine gun, a submachine gun and a pistol, or two submachine guns, or anything, and actually do a good job in it. And let's see. The darkness is actually gonna, and from what I've heard, possibility of Darkness 3. And if that does happen, I would love to see either what happens after that in that game, only to the fact that the Darkness 2 was fun. And I'll say this. I would love, if any of y'all have the Darkness 2 on the Xbox 360, send me a message. I'll send you with your gamer tag, I'll send you a friend invite, and I'll even play the game with you. Just don't expect me to stay in the back on the back lines. And this is the Meteor Dragoon. Oh wait, I forgot my score for the Darkness. In my opinion, the Darkness 2 is a 7.5 out of 10. And this is, like as I always say, this is